Yo, how's it going, guys? If you haven't seen my last video, I was showing you guys my trade recaps for my 25k prop firm account. And for those of you who are new, I am starting a challenge where I start from 25k to scale up to 100k to prove to you guys my profitability. So in this video, I'll be showing you guys my progress so far with my 25k account for the past few weeks. That's about it. Let's get into the video. So 2 weeks ago, I was up 26,000 and the account, and last week and this week, I took a couple of losses, but I was able to manage back up into profit. So far, these are the stats of the account. Okay, so 45% win rate so far out of 11 trades. Average risk to reward 2.1. Profit factor 1.76. My average losses are way smaller, and then my average wins. So yeah, it's a good sign. Profitability. So last few weeks, the last 2 weeks, I think it was around 2-3 losses. And I already put those losses in my journal. Let's come to my journal right here. So the last 2 weeks, I took these 2 losses right here. The first loss was a trade that I wasn't even supposed to take. I realized after the trade stopped me out. So basically, this was not even supposed to be a loss. So this trade did not really follow my rules. It's okay, sometimes I make mistakes. So the trade I took was a short position on USD CAD. The reason why I shouldn't have taken this trade was because I was trading against 4-hour structure. You see this previous low right here? This is the low of the previous 4-hour of the 4-hour structure that I'm trading against. This is the high, and price pulled back down. And around this area right here is where I took the sell. This is the 4-hour chart. I took the sell right here. Now, when it comes to taking trades against the 4-hour, I mostly wait for a 15-minute change of character. I wasn't paying attention to the fact that I was trading against 4-hour structure. The reason why I took this trade was because I saw a sweep of liquidity with this supply zone. So I thought, hey, this is a nice trade. So I entered the trade. And after I got stopped out, I reviewed the trade and I realized this wasn't my trade. I was supposed to wait for a 15-minute change of character. But losses happen. I can't avoid them, and mistakes happen. I can't avoid mistakes. But what I could do is keep refining my strategy to make less mistakes. Refining by always reviewing to sharpen my intuition to not make mistakes like these. I always make mistakes like these from time to time, but that's okay, because sometimes when I do make these mistakes, I end up taking wins. So it will just basically even it out in the long run. Now this trade right here is one of my biggest losses so far in the account. Reason being is because I held my trade when news started. I moved my stop loss to break even in this trade, but the slippage caused me to lose a lot of money. Literally, I put my stop loss underneath. Let's say I was going to lose maybe 0.20 R. I'm risking $250, so I was probably gonna only lose $50. But the news was a very strong news, and it swept. This was the news right here. I had moved my stop loss. Right, I was already in the trade around here. Price was here, so I moved my stop loss underneath, like around here. And once news started, price swept me out the trade, which was crazy. I was not expecting for that to happen. I was expecting a little bit of slippage, but the slippage stopped me out literally right here. So I basically lost twice, almost twice the amount. So that trade sucked. Not only did I take a trade that I wasn't supposed to, I also lost more than I wanted to. But I'm glad that I'm still up in the account, which is great, which shows the power of targeting a 1 to 2. Mistakes always happens, and I learn from them and move on. And the trade that I took this week, not this trade that I took this week was with USD CAD. I took a long position. So yeah, price is moving bullish. Price is bullish. If I go to the 4-hour structure is bullish. We're at the high though, so let's see. This is the previous low of the 4-hour, and this is the high. And I would say daily structure is bearish. I was trading against daily structure with this trade, but when it comes to trading against daily structure, I would have to enter in a 4H demand zone or supply zone, which is what I did right here. It does look kind of choppy, and you're like, I'm basically trading in a range condition. But what I was seeing is boom, boom. This was basically the structure I was seeing. So we're trading against daily, but we're trading with 4-hour, and a 15-minute is also bullish. We have these breaks of a high, low, and then expecting a new high to be created. We have this internal structure right here. So this trade was basically off the internal structure. It was a break of this high right here. Actually, I'm tweaking. This did actually break this high right here. So this was a new 15-minute range, the low and the high. Price came into this demand zone right here. Now there was no like liquidity, or there was no inducement for me to just straight off enter off this demand zone. So what I did is I waited for a change of character, which was given to me right here. Let's see, this was the change of character that was given to me. I entered the trade, and I was hoping to get out of news because news was at 10 a.m. So when news came like around 10 a.m. this happened. But so yeah, that was the trade for the week. So far I'm up 3.6% in the account so far. But let's do the review real quick. Yeah, so far I'm up 3.6%, which is good so far. I can't pass a challenge in like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Probably takes me a month to pass the first challenge, or sometimes I'm lucky, it probably takes me 2 weeks. But yeah, that's about it in this video. I'll be doing my next recap maybe in the next 2 weeks or 1 week, depending on what happens. But yeah, thank you for watching all the way through. That's about it. Stay paid.